What is going on, guys? I want to talk about this story. It's actually been out for about, I believe, 6 days. And of course, nobody really sent it to me until the conversation came up recently in the live stream. Now, I want to say this before I get started on the commentary. I feel bad for a lot of women, a lot of the good, decent women who are looking for genuine love and affection on social media. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for these women who really, unfortunately, society has sold them a dream that doesn't exist. They truly believe that they can pick and choose the type of guys that they want to engage in as far as relationships is concerned. And we're going to get into that. But make sure y'all like the video and also follow the social media as you see at the bottom of the screen. Now, according to, I believe, NewJersey.com. I got a bunch of different articles on it, but I'm going to discuss this one. It says New Jersey man accused in $2.1 million online dating scheme using phony profiles of U.S. soldiers serving overseas. Now, here's this idiot with money on the side of his face. And I just want to say this. There's nothing funny about this because this guy is going to get the book thrown at him. He is going to end up getting in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble for this. $2 million is a lot of money. I did a live stream and I spoke about a guy who scammed $80,000 out of women. And, they were actively looking for him, But this guy scammed $2 million. There is no way on earth he is not going to spend a significant amount of time behind bars because of this. And I have to say this too. I don't respect what this guy did. I really don't. I don't respect the guy who has to go this route in order to get money. I don't. If you can talk about the Pookies and Ray Rays and how they use and manipulate women, there's nothing about this that shows any type of upside whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it makes a lot of black men look bad. It does. Let's see. A New Jersey man has been charged in a $2.1 million online dating scheme that duped people into sending money to supposed U.S. soldiers serving overseas. Federal authorities said Wednesday. One of the victims took their lives after sending more than $93,000, according to investigators. Wow. They took their life. This is why this isn't funny. It's not a joke. This guy ruined lives. And again, they're going to throw the book at him. Ruben Sarpong, 35, of Millville, is charged with a single count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and will have a first court appearance on Wednesday afternoon, the U.S. Attorney's Office reported. Sarpong and his co-conspirators, several of whom live in Ghana, ran the scheme starting in January of 2016 until this week. So it took them that long to figure this out? I'm telling you, these guys must be smart. I don't think these are dumb guys. I think they're dumb because they're putting themselves on social media to get caught. But these guys have to be social media savvy. And this is why you have to be very careful of who you come across on social media. Okay? They set up phony profiles on various online dating sites, posing as U.S. military personnel, and would pretend to forge romantic relationships with their victims, authorities said. In one of the scenarios, the scammers would then ask for money to ship gold bars they had recovered while stationed in Syria back to the United States, authorities said. There were no gold bars, and the scammers kept the money, authorities said. The victims, who met the scammers via sites including Plenty of Fish, Our Turn, and Match.com, communicated with scammers via phone and email. The criminal complaint referenced a victim who took their life after wiring $93,000. The scammer, in this case, told her he was a soldier serving in Syria and that he was awarded a box of gold bars worth more than $12 million What followed was an elaborate story about how she could help get the gold to the U.S. by paying various fees and taxes. She was told her money will be returned once the gold arrived. And this is the guy here. Let me just say this, man. As much as I say these guys are smart, maybe one of them are smart, the rest are dumb. Let me just say that. But the fact that, again, this thing went on from 2016 to 2019. So basically, 3 years of this? And they're just now getting caught? This is crazy that it went on for this long. But a lot of the best scams take place through a long period of time, you know? The scammer allegedly put her in touch with the co-conspirator who posed as a diplomat, and she was presented with fake documents to back up the story. So I guess one of the Ghanaians got on the phone and assured her. That's not a good move on this particular female's part. What she should have done is consulted, people in the know here in America. Sent those documents to a lawyer instead of taking it for what it was worth. The day before her passing, the woman told her daughter that she was headed to Baltimore or Washington International Airport to meet the diplomat arriving with the shipment of gold, according to the complaint. Most of the money that she wired was sent to a bank account controlled by Sarpong. And of 30 victims identified so far, 27 sent more than $800,000 to Sarpong, mainly by wiring money to his bank accounts. He transferred more than $400,000 to co-conspirators in Ghana. Reuben was born in Ghana, but is a legal permanent U.S. citizen. Investigators noted that he bragged about his financial success on social media, including posting photos of himself posing with wads of cash, jewelry, and fancy cars. He faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. This guy is not very intelligent. I guess he's the dummy of the bunch. He's probably a very good talker, very good talker, and was in probably, his pictures and her speaking to him and him speaking to other women help get them to make the biggest mistakes of their life. You see, guys like this are a reason why women are turning bitter every single day. While women are more frustrated, they're highly angered at us as men because they get scammed all the time. These particular females get scammed a lot. Not just by this guy, but by the dudes that they date, by the dudes they end up having kids with or, casual relations with. Those guys will sell them dreams, will tell them that we're going to start a family together. We're going to move to this place. We're going to make all these moves. And what ends up happening? Nothing ends up happening because she was sold a dream. And that's what this guy did. This guy sold her and countless other women dreams. And he's not even from this country. He's a U.S. citizen. And even him being in this country, as long as he has been in this country, he figured out that a lot of women, especially on social media, are lonely. They're looking for a quick come up. And he was able to put two and two together, him and his other co-conspirators. And they knew that the weakness of these women is their social skills. There are a lot of females that have no social skills whatsoever. They don't know how to interact with people on a day-to-day basis. And because they don't know how to interact with people on a day-to-day basis, they know that they can go make profiles, tell these women everything they want to hear. Tell them that they're serving their country overseas, probably with a heavy Ghanaian accent. And he was able to convince these women to send him over $2 million in money. And look at what I was about to do my. I was like, look at what he's doing. I'm not about to do that. But this guy is on social media posing with the money he took from these females. Now, I will tell these females this. You have to take accountability for what you did in this situation. This is not all his fault. Because you got women out there that prides themselves, okay, on being able to avoid dysfunctional men. They pride themselves on that. They pride themselves on being able to choose the right type of guys, right? But what ends up happening? They still end up choosing the wrong guys at the end of the day. And in this situation, you got this thief who took all this money from these women. And I think that this was a really harsh life lesson to learn, that you don't believe everything that you see and hear on the internet.